Hello everybody and welcome to a new episode of Transfermarkt TV. My name is Casper Pop and we're going to bring you the latest news and rumors from the top leagues around the world. And first of all, we're going to be starting this week with some news from Manchester City. And Kevin De Bruyne has revealed that he's in talks with Manchester City over extending his contract, with the Belgian midfielder currently representing himself in a negotiation after his former agent was arrested in August. De Bruyne was part of the Belgium side that defeated England in the Nations League on Sunday and was asked about his contract situation at City before the match. The 28-year-old admitted negotiations over an extension his current deal, which expires in 2023. Another contract extension possible at Manchester City. Pep Guardiola is reportedly moving closer to signing a contract extension with the club. Guardiola's current deal at City is set to expire at the end of June next year, but as reported by The Telegraph, it is now looking likely that he will remain at the Etihad Stadium. Although City have yet to announce an agreement with Guardiola regarding the extension, those close to the 49-year-old have reportedly indicated that he will stay at the club. Since taking charge of City in 2016, Guardiola has proceeded to win 2 Premier League titles, the FA Cup and 3 League Cups. With Lionel Messi still being the top spot on the wish list of Pep Guardiola, there are some other players that caught the interest of the City manager. And first of all, we got captain of Aston Villa, Jack Grealish. He's the second favourite to join City in January. The midfielder has been in fine form so far this season, picking up from where he left off after he helped his boyhood club avoid relegation last year. Had Villa been relegated, he seemed all but certain that Grealish would leave the club, but instead he stayed and also penned a 5-year contract. With Villa going well in the league, it seems unlikely that England international will depart in January. City added to the defence in the summer as they landed Ruben Dias and Nathan Ake, yet the bookies appear to think that they may further look to strengthen at the back, with 2 centre-backs also included in the betting. City are outsiders to sign Conor Coady after some excellent form for Wolves saw him included in the England senior setup. Liverpool, with their mounting injury problems in defence, are favourites to sign Coady, who came through their youth academy. And it seems that City are also outsiders to land Brighton and Hove Albion centre-back Ben White. The 23-year-old's future has been the source of plenty of speculation following his excellent loan spell at Leeds United last season. Leeds were keen to sign White permanently in the summer, but Brighton rejected their advances, with Liverpool subsequently becoming linked with the defender. Another interest player of Liverpool could be Olympiacos defender Ruben Semedo, who could make a switch in January. The 26-year-old centre-back signed for the Super League outfit in June of 2019 and has gone on to make 55 appearances for the club while forcing his way into the Portugal plans of Fernando Santos. Although he might not have been Jurgen Klopp's ideal replacement for injured Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez, he could be seen as a short-term option from January until the end of the campaign. Semedo came through the ranks at Sporting and has spent time at Villarreal but cost up to £18 million. It seems that Premier League champions Liverpool have been drawing up a list of defensive targets after being left stunned by Joe Gomez's season-ending injury. Gomez and Van Dijk, the Liverpool main centre-back pairing, are both facing battles to play again this season. Their absence could force Jurgen Klopp to the January transfer window, and according to Athletic, RB Leipzig defender Dayot Upamecano has been at the top of the wish list for a new defender. Liverpool FC doesn't seem to be the only Premier League club being interested in the squad of RB Leipzig. Mikel Arteta needs to find a long-term partner for Gabriel, with Rob holding less than convincing in a 3-0 defeat to Aston Villa last Sunday. Arsenal are also struggling at the other end of the pitch, having scored just 9 goals in their first 8 Premier League games so far this season. And Nkunku's return of 5 goals and 13 assists in the Bundesliga last term are the kind of statistics Arsenal's current midfield could only dream of. So there's no wonder that Arteta is said to be interested in signing the duo. Konate has a release clause of £45 million and also has interest from other Premier League clubs. The 21-year-old France youth international has become a key member of Julian Nagelsmann's backline at Leipzig. Another French Bundesliga player caught the interest of a Premier League club. Manchester United are reportedly considering a move for Borussia Dortmund defender Dan-Axel Zagadou in the summer. The 21-year-old is highly rated, but he has been unable to play so far this season after rupturing his knee ligaments in August, the second time he has suffered the injury in 2020. However, Man United needs to reinforce their defense following the horrific 3-1 opening day defeat against Crystal Palace, with every goal coming from a defensive mishap. standing at spot 14 in the Premier League with 14 goals scored in only 7 games. Crystal Palace are looking at Chelsea left-back Marcos Alonso as a potential replacement for out-of-contract defender Patrick Van Aanholt. Van Aanholt is one of several players whose deals run out at Selhurst Park at the end of the season. Though the club hope to popular Dutchman stays, there's strong interest in Alonso as an alternative, with Marseille's Jordan Amavi also being tracked. Alonso, 29, has fallen out of favour at Chelsea this season and hasn't featured since being substituted at half-time when they were 3-0 down to West Brom in September. And again, we're coming back to RB Leipzig. Marcel Sabitzer remains a target for Tottenham Hotspur, with the North London side's interest in the player dating back to before the first UK lockdown. Sabitzer enjoyed a stunning 2019-20 campaign, with Leipzig grabbing 16 goals and 11 assists as the Bundesliga side raced into the Champions League semi-finals. He scored twice against Tottenham in the second leg of the competition, last 16 tie in March, as Leipzig ran out comfortably 4-0 winners on aggregate. When Tottenham's interest initially surfaced, €50 million price tag was quoted for Sabitzer. However, this has since been slashed, with Bild reporting a €30 million valuation. Napoli have reportedly reached a gentleman's agreement to sign Timo Bakayoko on a permanent deal from Chelsea. Chelsea have their eyes set on a new defender and possibly a new midfielder, but they will need to offload a number of squad players before completing any deals. And Bakayoko is a man that is no longer needed at the club. The midfielder joined the Serie A club on loan in October and has quickly become an integral part of their title push. And according to La Gazzetta dello Sport, the two clubs are said to have now reached an agreement in principle over his €18 million move for the midfielder. And we're taking a closer look at the Camp Nou. Barcelona is still hoping to land Manchester City centre-back Eric Garcia, but Ronald Koeman has already listed down alternative options from Premier League clubs. Despite the frustrating 2019-20 La Liga season, Barcelona didn't sign any player from the transfer market in the summer. Now Koeman wants to strengthen the club's defence by loaning for a fourth defender, especially a backup centre-back. However, Koeman now has Chelsea's Antonio Rüdiger, Liverpool's Joel Matip and Arsenal's Shkodran Mustafi on his radar as possible alternatives, Spanish outlet Diario Sport reported. The Blues are expected to leverage a deal over Rüdiger's transfer, and report states that the German international would be delighted to join Barcelona as the team's fourth centre-back. And some more rumours from the French capital. Inter Milan can sign PSG midfielder Angel Di Maria at the end of the season. The club is interested in the 32-year-old Argentine, whose contract with the Parisians ends in June 2021, according to Go, with reference to Tuttosport. Earlier, it was reported that PSG started negotiations with Di Maria on a new agreement. Another player who caught the interest of PSG is Sergio Ramos. The club will offer a 3-year deal and 20 million net per season. Real Madrid only want to extend the club captain's current deal by 1 year. The future of Sergio Ramos at Real Madrid is up the air, and it appears to be increasingly difficult for Los Blancos and the club captain to reach an agreement on a new deal. Ramos' current contract expires on June 30, and as of January 1, he will be able to negotiate freely with other clubs. The problem is, according to sources close to the player, that Madrid are not willing to offer him more than 1 year after his current deal expires in 2021. Madrid's over 30 policy only offers new 1-year deals to players over the age of 30, so PSG could possibly get a chance to sign the Spanish superstar. Under the focus, we're taking a closer look at some new records that some players got. And first of all, we're going to be starting with Sergio Ramos, who just played his 177th game for Spain and now holds the new record, with Gianluigi Buffon now being referred to the second spot. But it was not his best performance for Spain. He missed 2 penalty shots in the game, which would have brought Spain the victory. So they just managed a last-minute 1-1 through a goal in the 89th minute by Gerard Moreno. And as we've been talking about legendary goalkeepers, Manuel Neuer will hold a new record. He will be the goalkeeper with the most caps for the German national team when Germany will play Spain this evening. He's taken the record from German goalkeeper legend Sepp Maier, who played 95 times for Germany. And a player for the favourite German rivals, Jorginho Wijnaldum, is developing to the new top goal-getter for the Oranje. He scored 7 of the last 13 goals for the national team. 2 in the victory over Bosnia last Sunday, the first one just after 6 minutes played and the second one just another 7 minutes later. So I'm really looking forward to his performance when tonight the Netherlands will play Poland, and he might be getting some more goals. So we're coming to the news, and we're having a look at another international player. The long-time Argentina international Javier Mascherano has ended his career as a footballer. "I played my last game as a professional today," the 36-year-old said after a 1-0 defeat suffered by his club Estudiantes de La Plata in the Argentinian League Cup against Argentinos Juniors on Sunday. Mascherano had been thinking about his step for some time. He said at a press conference he had hoped that when the game resumed after the coronavirus-related break, he would feel the old enthusiasm for playing football again, but it had not returned. The defensive midfielder played over 500 matches in his career. According to various media reports, Liverpool FC will receive in the region of €2 million for the injury of Joe Gomez, as he'd been on duty for the national team. In general, FIFA follows the guidelines outlined in the club protection program. Clubs that have lost players to injury while on duty with the national team are due to compensation should the player in question be out of a significant period of time. The Football Federation are responsible for the player's salary during the absence. And now we got some interesting and funny news, how I find. Hollywood stars Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney have become the new owners of Wrexham after the takeover bid was approved by the National League Club Supporters Trust. Wrexham Supporters Trust members voted 98% in favour to accept the offer of Deadpool star Reynolds and fellow actor McElhenney, who told them last week that they plan to turn the Welsh club into a global force. The proposed takeover could lead to £2 million being invested in the club, which has been in fan ownership since 2011. England legend and top goal scorer Wayne Rooney has agreed to take his first steps into management at Derby after the Championship's bottom club sacked Philip Cocu, but the former England captain does not meet the club's criteria as a permanent manager. Rooney, 35, has been put in interim charge for Saturday's game against Bristol City alongside fellow coaches Justin Walker, Shay Given and Liam Rossignol. And of course, last but not least, we have a statistic of the day for you. It's the most valuable players who will miss the European Championship. On the 5th spot, Martin Ødegaard, who just came back to Real Madrid from a loan season at Real Sociedad, playing for Norway. And on the 4th spot is Miralem Pjanic, with a market value of 50 million, playing for Bosnia. Sergej Milankovic-Savic on the 3rd spot, playing for Serbia and Lazio at the moment as a midfielder. And on the 2nd spot, the top goal scorer Erling Haaland, playing for Norway with a market value of 80 million euros. And the top spot, goalkeeper Jan Oblak with 90 million market value, playing for Atletico Madrid and on duty for Slovenia. As you can see, with Norway having 2 real top players in this statistic. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave a comment, stay healthy and have a nice week. Bye bye.